Pig business is a very lucrative business, I must confess. And I've been in this business for more than a decade now.
So 2,000 naira by 200,
by
500,000.
That's about 500,000
from one pig.
From one pig. All right then. My name is Emmanuel Michael, and the name of my farm is Ghibli's Agro Farms. All right. Pig business is a very lucrative business, I must confess. And I've been in this business for more than a decade now. It's 10 years plus. So if it's not a good business, I would have probably backed that and looked for something else to do, but it's a very good business. But the truth of this business is that most people believe it's a kind of ritual. You know, you just come in, you buy one or two, and the next minute you're making profit. Big business is not like that. It has procedures, it has processes, it has terms, and it has conditions. So you have to follow these things in total for you to make profit. Failure to do that, you testify the other way around. Like most people will tell you, it's not lucrative. If it is not, we won't have all these things here. My farm is situated in Giwo Kiaro, the largest pig farm in West Africa. So that's it for now.
So sir, what breeds of pigs do you use?
Okay, mostly like you can see, they're crossbreed. Crossbreed. The crossbreeds are a combination of large white and landrace, and for some Duroc and then Camboro. So it's a mixture of breeds and not pure like mixture of breeds.
Can you walk us through the process of pig farming, the breeding of pigs and all of that?
That's very simple. Breeding of pigs, you know, like if you want to do pig business and you're a first timer, I advise you go for good breeds. You understand? The reason for good breed, like the one I have there, that one is Hampshire. It's Hampshire. You can see the colors. There are two colors.
What did you call it, sir?
Hampshire. Hampshire.
Hampshire.
Hamsphere. Hampshire. Did you get that?
Yes.
All right. So that's Hampshire. The reason for Hampshire is because of their productive system.
Okay.
The pheromone. Hampshire, large white, and then TN, the pheromone. So one can give you, they give birth to plenty piglets. So some can give you 10, 11, 12, 15 and thereabouts. So for breeding, the breed I just mentioned, they're preferable for breeding. Preferable for breeding. So, and once you get this breed, they carry their pregnancy for 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. That's approximately 4 months. 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. Approximately 4 months. And after that, they nurse their babies, their piglets, for 2 months. And after the 2 months, you separate the piglet from the mother. And for some farmers, they will probably want the sow, which is the mother pig, to probably rest for like a month before they recross again. Some will not want to wait for 1 month because you can cross it maybe 2 weeks after or so you can cross. So that's just the breeding process.
So how do you handle the waste management process, like
their dung? What we do is we have people that come to pack it. It's used for manure.
Okay.
It's used for manure. So just get people, they come. Some will pay, some will take it for free, but they use it to grow their crops. So the disposal of their waste is not a problem. It's more like it's another means of business. Because some will buy it from you, and for some they'll take it for free. So it doesn't constitute any nuisance at all.
So, what are the types of challenges someone is expected to face in pig farming, or occurrences that, or challenges in general?
Like every business, you will always have a challenge. So for pig farming, there are major diseases, minor and major. So the minor ones are more like swine fever, foot rot, tail biting. Those are minor diseases, and there are causes for such.
Like what causes them?
For tail biting is more frustration. Yes, when they are frustrated, when the bully is much, or maybe the weather is very hot and stuff like that. So once one of the animal is frustrated, start biting the tails of the other ones. So we call that tail biting.
Tail biting.
And that could be, in fact, it could rule your farm. Wow. If you did not spot that particular animal that is frustrated. Because from tail biting, it bites deep into their anus, and before you know, the animal is dead. But we call it minor because it can be addressed. Then swine fever is more like somebody having malaria and stuff like that. So it's a norm. You just, with antibacterial, you can just take antibiotic, can take care of that. Then for the major is ASF. Just like you have bird flu, we have African swine fever. African swine fever. That one does not have any cure.
Wow.
And it happens once in a decade.
Once in a decade?
Once in a decade, once in 10 years. It doesn't have any cure. Once there's an outbreak of ASF, whatever farm the thing hits, probably 90% of the animal there will go. And there's no cure for it. So we only take biosecurity measures. Like the foot, this thing you saw outside, there's a small wallow outside there. Once there's a rumor that there's ASF somewhere, you see us, we start putting chemicals and some other stuff. So whoever is entering the farm will probably dip his leg, wash his hand with Izala and all that. Those are biosecurity measures. But they are not solutions because it doesn't have a cure.
There's no solution, only biosecurity
Only
measures.
biosecurity measures. There's no solution for it.
About the tail biting, how do you spot out the one out of the many that is actually...
In every business, observation is key. Like the way I told you, I removed one animal to the other room. Why? Because I observed that the animal is becoming lean. And I knew it's because they are bullying the animal. So observation is key in every business. Once you observe that these animals, their tail, something is happening to their tail, you just observe which one is responsible for this. If you're always in a haste and you're not observing, you might probably lose all your animals. So observation is key in every business. That's how you get to know. You observe. You will see the animal biting another one's tail. Then you know this is the one responsible for this. Then you remove the animal from there. Once you remove the animal and start treating the animal, I told you number one is frustration. Yes. Frustration is a result of bully. So if nothing is bullying the animal again, there's no reason to be frustrated. You understand? So the major reason is bully. When you have enough food and I want to eat and you're chasing me away, I'll look for a way to fight back.
Yes.
You understand? So that's the major cause of tail biting, frustration. Then we have foot rot. Foot rot is when they dip their leg constantly inside water and some other stuff. So they have this, it happens to cattle as well. Foot rot and mouth rot. Happens to cattle as well. But those are minor because they have solution. With just the 2.5 you can treat. You buy drugs to treat all that. So that is a very minor issue compared to the major, which is ASF. Because if there's an outbreak of ASF, I won't even allow you to enter my pen because everybody is a carrier. It's not an airborne disease, but we are all carriers. Once you walk in a particular place, you carry it. It's not airborne. But because everybody, a rat, everything is a carrier, so part of the biosecurity measure is to stop people from entering into your pen. That's just it.
So what are the common signs of illness in pigs and how do you address them?
Like I just told you, biosecurity measure is how you address most of the sickness. Biosecurity measures. Then number 2, observation. If just like a baby that is having fever, how do you know that this baby is having fever? The baby will run temperature. If you're not observant, you won't even notice that the baby is running temperature. You have to be observant as a mother or as a parent to know that this baby is running temperature. The same thing with our animals. So if I'm not observant, I will not notice that one of my animals is lying down and not eating when others are eating. So these are how you observe that these things are not, they need attention. That's how you get to know they need attention. And the sicknesses are what I just mentioned to you. And
To see the one that is being bullied.
that is being bullied.
So what's your advice for someone who's considering a pig farm?
Wow. Is a, I would say, is the best decision anybody can ever make. Honestly, because in pig business, unlike other businesses, you go hunting for buyers. You cannot sell when you want to. But unlike pig business, at every stage you can sell. I can sell as a winner, that's 2 months old piglet. I can sell as grower. I can sell as matured pigs. So at every stage in time, you can sell. And you're not out looking for buyers. Like we are here now. If anybody wants to buy, you come looking for me. Unlike me, if I'm doing good business now, I have to lobby for who and who to buy. If I'm into cow, I'll lobby for who and who to buy. For pig business, the buyers lobby for who to sell. So that's just the...
Why is it like that?
That I don't know, but since I've ventured into the business...
That the demand is more than the supply.
The demand is more than the supply. The demand is more than the supply. You see, the thing is, when people started appreciating unlike before when we were young, they told us pigs are not okay, blah, 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 and stuff like that. But you see now, scientists have been able to prove to us that white meat is preferable for human consumption, especially those that are above from 40 and age upward. You understand? So 40 upward, white meat is preferable. Red meat is more like a poison. That's what they told us. That's what we come to believe now. And now that people have come to find out that, see, these things are white meat. They are not red meat like cow and all that. So they appreciate pig more than the normal red meat and then other stuff. So they come looking for you. That's just it.
So if I wanted to ask, what is the cost? How is the cost effective in the feeding process? Is it very expensive? What do you feed them? How much do they consume? Like,
all right, the feeding aspect of it is to some very expensive, okay. To others not too expensive, and to some other people is normal. Why? If you want to feed with the expensive food, it's your capacity. But the major thing here is, are your pigs getting the required nutrients that they need for growth? It is not what you're feeding with. It is the nutrient with which they are getting from what you're giving them. Most people believe maybe you enter farm, you have some change with you, and you're like, I want to buy this, because they're expensive. No, you can buy the expensive food. You get the result. You get the result. But your feeding is expensive. If you are to balance the feeding and the sales, you will realize that you're not making a good profit. But if you do your research and then you know what they need at a particular stage in time, like what these growers need is different from what your winners need. I cannot feed a child of 2 years old with gari every time. But I can feed a man of my age with gari. You won't know that this person is eating eba every day. Because that's actually what I need. I need energy because of my work. Then for a baby, the baby needs protein, needs vitamins, it needs protein. So if you're giving that baby energy, the baby will not develop, but the baby will survive. So some feed, let them survive. While others feed, let them have the required nutrient. No matter how little, they will do well. So the feeding is based on what you want. Like I will tell people, it's garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you give to them is what they will give to you when you wait to sell. So if you feed well, but the feeding is, if I say it's expensive, I'll be lying. If I say it's not expensive, I equally be lying. Why? Because to some, it is expensive based on what they are using. But for some, it is not expensive because of what we are using as well. So for me, I will not say it's expensive, because I've come to understudy their nutrients So I know what and what to put inside what I want to put, and then they'll give me the result that I want. So that's just it.
So what are types of food or types of things you feed them? What kind of meals do they consume? What do they consume actually?
All right. I'm supposed to keep that. Because we call it formula. So everybody's formula.
Give us the full formula.
Everybody's formula is different from each other.
Like what is feeding on now? What is this?
Majorly PKC, blood.
What's PKC? Blood.
PKC, palm kernel cake.
Oh,
and some will say palm kernel crush. That's what PKC is. Palm kernel cake. So then blood
from animals.
From cattle.
From cattle. So
you dry them, you cook them, dry them, and then because blood they are balanced diet, very high in protein.
Wow.
Very, very high in protein. So blood, and then the stuff that I told you, spent grain, that's brew waste.
Yeah, waste from all these.
Beer breweries.
Exactly. I think they are made from maize or.
Yes, from maize and millet and then sugar. So majorly that's what they feed on.
So that's like they are gotten from within or
from within.
That means someone can also venture into planting your own maize.
Yes, those are on private farms. That is not here. They plant cassava and other stuff that they used to feed the animals. Yes. So that's it for the feeding.
So, like, how long does it take for a pig, like, from the, should I call it juvenile or from the
winner stage?
Is that what they call it?
Yes, winner. That's after you separate from the mother. Okay. That's winner stage.
Winner stage. You said you use 2 months with
2 months with the mother. So after you win from the mother, yes. So from winner stage, when they start eating by themselves. I told you before, I said it's garbage in, garbage out. You understand? You don't expect 100 kg when you're not giving the required nutrient. So if you feed them well, in the next 6 months, you will smile. If you feed well, at least in 6 months, you should have in 6 months, should have something bigger than this, bigger than that. Maybe close to the one in that room. Not the first room, the second room. Yes. Yeah, you know the yeah. In 6 months you should have that size.
What are the potential risks for scaling up your operations? Like, what if you feel like maybe you need to spend a lot of money, or the more money you put, is that what are you guaranteed of making the profit if you go through the right channel? If you go through the right channel, it is 100% guaranteed. You see? Can you give us a little tip about what is expected of you if you are going through the right channel?
I tell people, I said a confused man is not somebody that does not know his left from his right. A confused man is not one that does not know how to cut his onion. A confused man is a man with multiple instructors. When you have too many people advising you on a particular thing, you're bound to make mistakes because you don't know which advice to take. And so when you're hearing from this, you're hearing from that, you're bound to make mistakes. But like you said, if you follow the right track, you understand? If you follow somebody and the person gives you his word, do this thing this way. If it fails, come back and meet me. Now you know you're holding somebody responsible for whatever error you commit. But in the case where you're not holding anybody responsible, you're just on your own. Like me, when I ventured into this business, I won't tell you lies. I made so much mistake. We were two, myself and my friend. We did partnership when I entered, and because we had some, we had money with us, so we were like trying to impress and all that. My second, when we wanted to sell, he left the farm because it's like you spend 100,000 naira, and when you're disposing the animals, you're seeing 60,000 naira. You understand? So you're like, my guy was like, is this business? He said, this is not what you're doing, and he left. And me, I was like, I've seen people with almost all this farm is retirees. You understand? Retirees. So I was like, big cars and all that. No, something must have kept these people. If it is not lucrative, they will not continue. Let me find out what kept them. So even if I would discourage anybody from venturing into pig business, I will have cogent reasons as to why I will tell you not to do it. And if I will advise you to do it, I should have tangible reasons as to why I'm encouraging you to do it. That was why I remained. I did agent, I joined those boys, I did all that so that I can get to know the in total of the business. You understand? So if you invest 100K and you follow the right track, you will smile. There is no cause for alarm. But if you invest and you're like, trying to raise your egos and all that, the truth of the matter is, even in school, there are times when you need to make some mistakes and somebody will have to correct you. So let the mistake not be an elephant side.
What are there other types of breeds for pig? Is there any other breed apart from the ones you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, we have Duroc. Duroc. We have Tien. We have Camboro. You see, Duroc, they are something like this. This brownish color.
So what's the difference between
the difference is
we have here now? What did you call it earlier? You
land rains and large white. Land rains. LANDRACE. Land race.
Okay, land race.
And large white. Large white. Okay. Why did you go for? Okay, say because I want to do breeding.
Yes, you want to do breeding. Okay.
That's for breeding. These other ones now, they are for fattening. For fattening, you don't need land rains, and you need them, but not to that extent because you're castrating them.
Sorry, what do you mean by castrate?
Castrate, you remove their balls.
Their balls.
You understand? Once you remove their ball, it's not for breeding, it's for fattening.
So
once you remove
large land rains,
you can do any
for any one of them.
Any one of them. You see, pig business, we have two phases in pig business. We have the breeding and then we have the fattening. Okay. The breeding is when you have them, you get them pregnant and then they farrow and then you understand? That is the breeding aspect of that's the breeding aspect. So the fattening aspect is where you don't have time for breeding, you don't have time for crossing them, you don't want to see them get pregnant, you don't have time to start nursing piglet, and no. You just want to come to farm, run your business. You can get like these 3 rooms now, we have 70. 1, 2, 3, you have 70. They are purely for fattening. So what you do is castrate them, remove their balls. You have females here as well. The reason why you remove their balls is so that they don't cross each other. So you remove the balls and start pouring, giving them food. So in the next 4 or 5 months, they are up. Then you dispose.
So like what, is there a particular amount of kg you are looking at achieving?
Exactly. When you want to do fattening, you should have a target. Maybe 50, 60, 70, 80, based on your capacity. As much as you can feed. It's garbage in, garbage out. For some, it's 120, 150, 200 kg, 300 kg, 350 kg. You understand? For you to achieve 350 kg, 200 kg, you should feed the animal for at least a year, probably a year, 6 months and thereabout. to achieve 200, 250 kg.
That would go for how much in the market?
It's by the weight.
So like that,
2,000 per kg multiplied by the total weight of the animal.
Oh, it's 2,000 naira per
kg. Multiplied by the total weight of the animal. So if you're looking at 2,000 by 250 kg,
that's about 500.
No, leave the 10. I know your money. I get 10 naira.
2,000.
It's 2,010 naira, but the 10 naira is not for you. It's for the secretariat.
So 2,000 naira by 200. That's like 500,000.
That's about 500,000 naira.
From one pig.
From one pig. So if you have like.
And that one pig, how much do you think it could consume in terms of feeding?
In terms of feeding.
In that duration of time, you think for the fattening period?
It will not take more than 200,000. For one pig, feeding. It will not take more than 200,000. So that's why we tell people it's lucrative, but you have to follow procedures. Because we have some farmers that gamble in because people told them, there's money in pig, and so they gambled in. The way you come, my brother, the same way, if you're not careful, you go.
So I saw you giving them some injections that other time. So can you give us an
like I told you, I said I observed that one has not been feeding well. And so I'm not okay with the size. So what I did is to give multivitamin so that the pig can eat more. So what I gave that pig was multivitamin, iron and multivitamin. Both their work are similar.
So how much is like the cost for that drug?
The one is 2.5. The other one is 200 naira. It's not too expensive.
And how often are you supposed to give it to them?
The way I gave these 3 that I gave now, at least in the next 2 months, I should just observe them.
Just one shot you just give them? So it will last in their body for the next 2 months?
I will observe.
You will observe?
Observe. So if while observing, if I discover that their eating habit is not as much as I want, I will repeat. But it's just to make them eat. Just to make them eat.
Aside from that, is there any other injection or drug that is supposed to be given to them just to prevent outbreaks and all of this?
Yes, occasionally we'll give LA, antibiotics. At times, Stylosine. We'll give those occasionally, maybe once in a month, at times once in 2 months, just to prevent there's any outbreak, to build their immune system. As if they are not sick, if they don't need it, occasionally you just.
Is there anything you give to the babies when they are giving birth?
Yes. Yes. Early. Yes.
Just early.
Just early. Early and iron.
So for the first 2 months they are giving birth, they feed on their mother's milk.
They feed on their mother's milk only. Nothing else. So you feed the mother well so that they can have good
enough milk.
That's it.
Is there any special thing that's supposed to be given to the mother during the time of pregnancy or after birth?
During pregnancy, you give more of iron. Yes, more of iron during pregnancy. And after pregnancy, you give oxytocin, and then you give iron as well. Then calcium for bones, for strong bones. So while the piglet are sucking, they have strong bones and all that. That's just it.
And then you made mention of large whites,
landrays.
So those 2 now, okay, you said large whites is because of
for breeding.
The landrays
for breeding.
The other ones,
Duroc, Kamburu, they are good for fattening. Because of their rate of conversion. They convert faster, especially the rock. They convert faster than every other animal.
Within a duration of how many months?
Let me give you an instance. If we have, like we have those animals there now.
Okay.
If you have Duroc, large white, landrains, Cambo, and then TN. If you have them, give them the same portion of food. You understand? You subject them to the same portion of food. After, weigh them before giving them that food. Make sure you weigh them. Their weight should be even. After maybe 2 months, reweigh them. Duroc should take 10 kg above others. because of their conversion rate. Then the next will be Kamburu because they are muscular. You understand? The next will be Kamburu, then others more like the same thing.
They give birth to large sums of
No, they don't.
So like what's like their
more of male. If Duroc will give birth, it's more of male.
More of male.
Male.
Like how many do you think it can do?
Maybe Duroc can give birth to 8, 7, 6, thereabouts.
Still not bad.
They're not bad, but more of male. Unlike these ones, 5. Unlike these other ones that will give you. I've seen the one that gave birth to 18.
Duroc?
Not Duroc, as in Landrins, large white, 18.
Large white.
No, that's Hampshire.
Hampshire.
That's Hampshire.
Hampshire. This one's an Hampshire. And they give birth a lot.
Yes.
How do you differentiate breeds? Just by looking at them. Is there a specific way for differentiating these breeds? Just by looking at them. Like
Okay. For this Hampshire now, you can see it has 2 colors.
yeah.
Black and white. Then for Duroc, I told you it's always reddish brown.
Yes.
For yes.
This is a Duroc.
For Kambu, that's Kamburu, they're muscular from behind. If you see their waist, they are always in this form. You understand? The waist here is very muscular. They walk like a lion, very muscular. That's for Kambu.
Do you have a Kambu there?
I don't have one here. I used to before the outbreak of ASF. So for Kambu, they're always muscular from behind. For Landrins, their ears are very big, flappy.
So which are Landrins?
If you watch these ones, you will see some. Their ears are very big and flappy. Should be in the other room, the other one there.
What breed?
That's Hampshire.
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 Is there any large white here?
Large white. These are large. This is large white.
This is large white. Oh, they are full white.
Not really. You know, you know them.
Because when you said large white, like, I look at it, no other color.
Some glitters. Some of the large white, you see their skin, they glitters. You understand? But you know them with their ear. It's always small and erect. Erect. Small and erect. Not that big. Small and erect. Not flappy. TN is almost like this as well.
TN.
You had this differentiate between large white and TN.
Is there any other breed again not spoken about?
Which other breed? These are the common breeds that we have here in fact.
And is there a specific, okay, you said because of breeding, but are there some other breeds that maybe due to the climate or
No, for now. The major breeds, they all can survive in any kind of climate. They can.
Okay, but you said people are the ones who come.
They come looking for us. Now, before you came, now I saw 3 from that first room. I removed 3 and I had to,
So
once I need little change, I call them, well, yeah, take this one away and give me money. That's the way it runs.
and you said you grow for 6 months.
6 months. With good feeding, 6 months.
With this, with good feeding for 6 months, what type of cage are you?
Average that should be expecting 60, 65, 70 downward. Averaging with good feeding.
With good feeding. And within that 6 months, how much do you think it will cost for feeding?
Within that 6 months, one should not exceed, give or take. No, one. Within 6 months, one no feed past 150. Line. For one pig will not consume more than 150,000 naira.
And it would gain 75 kg.
70 kg.
70 kg.
2,000 by 70, how much? That's 140. So I'm not getting it right. Let's say between 70. Average of
70,000 naira.
Average of 140 should be what
Like,
they will consume.
whatever you're giving, you have to get like half.
Half of it, exactly. Half of what you're spending.
Is there a way you can see what you feed them?
Like this.
Then the spend grain.
Corn.
PKC blood and corn.
PKC blood, corn, Cerelac, whatever you can mention.
Yes.
Then this is the spend grain.
Spend green.
Real waste.
This one is malt.
So this is malt.
This malt. Oh. So, are you supposed to deworm them, or what are you are supposed to deworm them, right?
It's compulsory.
It's compulsory to deworm them. Those are
Very,
part of the
very
health
compulsory. Yes, measures.
measures you're supposed to take. Like how long? When are you supposed to deworm them?
If possible, once every month.
Once every month.
If possible.
For the mother, for the babies.
Once they are above 2 months,
Once they're above 2 months.
you start deworming. But while they're with the mother, you don't deworm. And you don't deworm the mother as well because it affects them. They suck from the breast. But once you're separating them from the mother, you deworm the mother, you deworm the piglets, the winners. So deworming is very important. If you observe that probably they're not feeding well, they're not doing this one, you deworm.
What is this a deworming?
Yeah, this is the deworming drugs. So you deworm. But this one, you have to be a professional to apply it. Because any little mistake will kill the animal.
Oh, wow.
Any little mistake will kill the animal.
Wow.
If you mistakenly give overdose, the animal is gone, no matter the size of the animal. So it's measured according to the weight of the animal. If I'm to give these ones now, I will use eye gauge. You know, I will not have to weigh them. I'll use eye gauge because I've been in the business for a very long time. So I should assume that this one will not exceed maybe 25 kg.
Which one exceed 25 kg?
This one. Everything here should not exceed 25 kg.
This other one should be like how many kg?
This one is about 70, 67, 70.
Right. So this is what they will grow up to.
Yes.
Be like before you sell them.
Before you sell.
Wow.
As if you want them to get to this size, you can equally sell at this size.
So this size now will be like about 150,000.
150.
So how many months will it take for it to get to this size?
I just told you with good feeding in 6 months you can get this size. And you know breed matters like I said before. I said conversion rate. So if you know you want to do fattening, go for animals that convert faster.
Iron should be weekly. That's for iron. But this one is skinny. I have to separate it. It's skinny. I don't like this size.
Okay. So it's not eating well.
Not that it's not eating well. When they are together like that, you know they bully each other. So the weaker ones have been chased away from.
So they even bully.
Enough.
So guys, thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. I hope this was really informative and educative for you all and people who are also willing or looking forward to starting a pig farming business. See you on the next one. Kindly make sure you subscribe, share, and comment.